Friends, welcome to Corda Thoughts. Today I will be telling you my story of how I got a job in Germany from India as a software engineer. And this video will basically help you in order to get all the things right. And I would also tell you some of my mistakes which I did while applying and the things which you can look forward to so that you get it easier and you land in Germany and work here. So one of the things which I actually missed out was I did not apply to Germany before because I thought that everywhere I have to go. I have to first get a PR visa, just like Canada, because I had many friends who wanted to go to Canada and they were like, oh, you need to get a PR visa first, and then you have to just go there, wait for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, get a job, and then everything will be fine. The tricky part of this approach is because I don't like taking risk a lot, especially because my family is dependent on me and things like that. Was what if I don't get a job? I would lose a lot of money and something which would not be that fruitful. Of course, yeah, you should take risks and everything, but for me it was a no at that point of time. So I was like, okay, fine, I should not even think about it. But then I saw this, like, my manager from my previous company, he got a job in Germany and he applied it from India. And I was like, oh, that is something which is possible. And I was like, okay, this is something which I would like to do as well. So I was like, okay, let me prepare myself a lot and I will then go. And then there were also some people who told me that, oh, it's mostly after 5 years of experience that they allow it and things like that. But fortunately for me, I came to know that it is nothing like that. And I watched a lot of YouTube videos and I came to know that it is still possible. Like, Germany is very much open to engineers. They want a lot of engineers because their working population is shrinking, and they just want someone who pays the tax as well, and also someone who will be able to develop their country further. Now this was really good for me because I wanted to move abroad and have a better life standard and have all those things which I always wanted as a kid. um, and I was like, okay, so I need to start working on this. How I would work, I never had any plan in my mind. I was like, okay, what I will do is I will create a resume and start sending it to some companies which are recruiting in Germany. And I started doing that. uh, it was really rough there because I was not getting any replies. No one was even ready to take my interview. Like, I never got a response. And then I realized what I was doing wrong. And it was that I was applying for senior software engineer. Now in India, after 2 or 3 years, you easily can apply for senior software engineer and you get the job. But here in Germany, it was like you have 5 years or 6 years of experience and then you get to a senior position. And I was like, oh shit, this is something which I was missing. And this is really interesting. Like, I would like to thank HelloFresh HR over here, because I was so much frustrated as I was not getting any job opportunities. And then I just out of the blue got a chance to text her. So I texted her on LinkedIn, hey, my profile matches, but I don't know why I'm not getting any replies. I mean, this position is totally for me. She was like, yeah, your profile matches, except the fact that you are not more than 5 years of experience and you're applying for a senior role. You should probably apply for a mid-senior role instead. And she was really kind, and she told me this reason. Otherwise, I don't think I ever had such an experience with any HR before. So I was like, yeah, happy about it. Um, so I was like, okay, so I know one of my issues why I was not getting an interview call. So I started to apply for software engineering roles, and this time again I was not getting any interviews. So I was like, damn, now I'm even applying for the right position, so why I'm not getting it? But this time I was like, okay, so it is not exactly like how it works in India, right? So I need to see what else is required in Germany and how it is to be done. And that is the point where I came to know that they also value cover letters. And you have to create a new cover letter for each company. I was like, okay, damn, that is so much painstaking, because you have to research about the company, you should know about the company, and then write a cover letter. But then I was like, I'm always lazy, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. I will create a generic cover letter and just replace the position, company name, and that's it. Um, so I created a generic cover letter and just replaced my name and position based on what the position the company posted, and started applying. Now after 15 days 16 days, I started to get some interview calls. Like not exactly interview calls. The first thing they generally used to do is like send coding challenge and things like that. So I was getting that, and I was like happy. I was like, okay, now at least I'm getting interview calls. Now if I fail, it's something which is on me. And I saw that the interviews were really easy as compared to India, because yeah, over here they don't have that much competition, so they don't have that much of things in place to, like, to filter out a lot of people. So it was quite easy, at least the coding challenges. And I was like, okay, the coding challenges are nice. And then I started to feel at certain communication things. So for example, sometimes they didn't like that I did not communicate well while writing the piece of code or something like that. And then I was like, okay, this is something I need to improve myself, and I need to understand how pair coding works and things, because till now I never experienced pair coding. I never did that in India. And I was like, okay, this is something I need to learn and understand, because people here do this, and I need to get better things over there. So I started to learn about that. I started to understand system design and things. System design is something I think was pretty smooth for me, because I never failed in that interview. So I was like, okay, that's nice. But yeah, eventually I started to grow my interview. And then I was almost at a point where I was like getting the through the interview. And the only issue right now was my base limit. So my initial base limit, which I set for myself, was like I need minimum 60,000 euros at that time. Right now it should be something different. I don't know, I didn't see, but you might see on your own. It could be something different right now. But when I was coming to Germany, I set that particular minimum thing in my mind, that okay, if I will get 60,000, then only I will go to Germany, otherwise I would not. So yeah, there were some companies, they gave me 55 and things like that, and I was like, no. But then eventually I got one football, which gave me a decent amount. And I was like happy with it. And I thought, okay, let's just go get into. I canceled all the rest of the interviews, because I didn't want it to switch like um, bar like asked for more offer letters, which for because I was more interested in going to Germany rather than getting a better offer. Because at the end, I knew that in Germany there is this rule that they don't ask your current salary, and that is why that is not something that would hinder my progress going forward. So even if I think that okay, my salary was not that good as compared to what people would get in that particular area for my level of caliber, I would easily just ask the next company to get more salary, and they would not ask my current salary, so they would not even know how much percentage of increment I'm asking. So I was like, okay, let's go. And everything started. I canceled all the interviews. I was starting to prepare for the visa process and everything, and it was quite cool. The company was sponsoring my visa. The way they did was like they told me, we will give you 1,000 euros, and that should cover for your flights and visa process, and probably could be a bit extra as well, but then that is the max we can do, and that is something. So I was like, okay, fine, that worked for me, and I prepared for everything. I went through the visa process. Everything was fine. It was COVID time, so I really got my visa quite early. It took me around like 1 month. In a month, I had my visa in my hand, and that was really exciting for me. But that was also because it was a COVID time and only work visa uh, and I guess student visa was allowed. So I was happy with it, and yeah, then I came here, and yeah, that is a different video to explain of what happened next. But yeah, I would like to share my interview experiences in the next videos. So if you do want to know how was my interview experience, what are the things they look out for, do subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so that you can get um, the notification as to whatever videos I upload. I will soon do that. Ciao.